I'll do a little bit of an album review for you guys. Since I'm on here, why not? So, I only have a couple to show, because a lot I had to redo. So, yep. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you had a relaxing Memorial weekend. I heard a few fireworks earlier this evening. So, people go back to work and school tomorrow, so I don't know how many takers I'm going to have tomorrow. Probably not many takers. But I'm going anyway, just to, just get out of the house a little bit and stuff. So it'll be good for me. So the albums I have in front of me tonight are Brittle. I have Brittle. I'm going to do a thumbnail. It'll probably work this time. And as you guys can see, I'm wearing my Memorial headband thing and something else. And I'm wearing my lei, red and blue. Yeah, I forgot this one. I had stuff all over me the last time. And I'm getting it again. I'm going to take this off. Hold on, I'm going to take this stuff off. You can't even see it anyway. So I'm going to take this off. I don't really want that on me. It sheds. I forgot from last year it got all over me. So I'll just do that. There, that's good. So, raise my camera up a little bit. There, that's good. So, I'll wear this though. I'll wear this thing. Keep the hair out of my face. There we go. Nice. So, yeah. Oh god, I have to do this more often. Anyway, I keep looking over there. I'm supposed to look here. See, I'm supposed to look there. And I'm not. And now I have to. Like I said, I gotta practice with this thing. The more I do it, the better I'll get. It's so easy. You just look at the green dot. That's all I have to do is look at the green dot. So, Brittle. Try and do a thumbnail. I'll do it again before I get off of here. 2015 up to 2019, album 1. And there's a few albums of like these. Here we go. This one. Mad Music. This is a tiny screen. There we go. I forgot this isn't my laptop, so I have to kind of squeeze everything in. Okay. Mad Music. And Once Upon a Heartbreak. I want to show those once more. So, and I'll look in the right spot this time. So, Brittle. Mad Music. I keep looking there. Oy, oy. Practice is perfect. Practice makes perfect, I should say. Oh. There we go. Get the glare out of there. Good, tight. Let's see if this works. Yeah, that works better. Okay. 2015 up to 2019. I'm still looking over there. Jeez. I gotta practice with this thing. There we go. And Once Upon a Heartbreak. There. Now I'm looking in the right spot. There. Okay. There. Tilted a little bit. Okay, now I'm good. Phew. So those are the albums so far. I have a lot more. There's a lot more to come. The wedding album, 2020 up to 2024, yeah, yada yada yada. Yada 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 como. Yada 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 como. However that goes. So, yeah. I'll just put those there for now. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting vlog since I'm not talking about anyone or anything else really except sometime in June I'll be going camping with my mom. There's that. And then September usual. So yeah, I'm just gonna focus on that, probably the camping and everything. Burger King, you know. So, yeah. And the other good news is it didn't really hurt when I brushed last night. I don't think it hurt as much, but if I, like, floss it or, like, pick at it, it'll probably be sore again. There's still a problem because it's still tender when I touch it. So, we'll have to see. I'm just going to be straight up with Brittany and tell her, hey, I've been having a lot of pain. It's been kind of sensitive when I, so, yeah. What else? Jesus. I don't know. What to talk about? God, I hope I have stuff to talk about tomorrow when I'm in town. Jeez Louise. I probably won't even vlog there. I'll probably just go for the heck of it and that's it. Just sit there, eat my lunch, and go home. Yeah. Talk about moving on. I tell you, it's tough, It's like, what the hell do you talk about? My stomach's growling. Did you hear that? Oh my god. Well, you know what? How about less about me? How about you guys? Comments are open. Tell me what you guys are going to be up to this spring and summer. Tell me what you guys are going to do. What's going on in your life? Tell me, Because not much is going on in mine. I have a weird feeling once I get this wedding album done, things might be a little bit better for me, but I doubt it. Because, like I said, I still said my piece and everything. So, once what's done is done, damage is done. I just gotta try to move on. That's all I can do at this point. I can't try to make things right anymore. And besides, even if I wanted to, I don't think it would work. With or without an album, it's probably not gonna work. Because once someone tells you to fly off, that's it. You just gotta fly off. So, yeah. So I think I'm mostly doing this wedding album as closure. Just closure, I think. Because when I see it, I know about it, and it's like, okay, that's my closure, So that's another reason why I'm doing it. Sort of like a reality check. So, which is good, it's good for me to do. Because it's a reminder, clear reminder. And it's a nice album. I actually like it. It's a really good album, I think. Good music, no country music. Just the way she wanted it. I'd say jazz music, Italian music, rock music, classical music, What else? Some cover songs. Dean Martin, Train. Another song that I came across from a show I was watching. Oh, that's something I can talk about. On the Way Home, I've been watching that. That's a really good show. Chestnut Man, I've been watching. That's pretty good as well. There's new movies coming up on Netflix and TV shows. Grey's Anatomy, Virgin River, I think. Sweet Magnolias. Some other mystery show that's coming up that I didn't even know that was going to be another season of it, but there's going to be another season of that, which will be good to watch when we go camping. What else? There's just a lot to look forward to on Netflix. Heck, I'll probably even watch something when I come home on Friday. So, yeah. Yeah. Before I came on here, I was listening to Queen Shani, Jason and Shani. I tell you, those two are something else. Ay. Right now, they're homeless. I don't know what to think about that. It's like... no comment. So, yeah. Oh, God, what to talk about? I tell you, I think I have a couple things on my mind right now. I don't know if it's just... I think one thing is the appointment, another thing, I was going to say guilt, but I don't think I have guilt. I don't think it's guilt, it's something else. I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to feel guilty. I don't want to. I don't want to have guilt. Even though guilt is a good thing, but still, there's nothing I can do about it. I know what I told myself to help me move on from this. Just finish the album. See what happens once the album's finished and published. Because maybe the album will be, will make things right, I think. That third vlog, I was so frustrated, but, here's the thing, I had a lot going on. My dad was having open heart surgery. I was just under a lot of stress, I think. And I just couldn't take any more bullshit. And I just mentally let loose, I think. I don't even know. I can't even explain it, but I don't know. Oh God, I'm gonna end up talking about it. I just think it's really odd because she knew my dad had open heart surgery and she could have been there, kept in touch with me, but instead I can't even get into it. It's like, it didn't make any sense because you knew what was going on. You knew I was under a lot of stress. And you could have been there for me. You could have, kept in touch with me or something. But instead, I felt shut out. I just felt completely shut out. And instead of arguing about it and making a huge freaking deal about it, that day, I just blocked her and I just thought, just step away from it for, at least 2 months or just for a while until you think things through. But I don't know. Now I'm kind of thinking I wish that didn't happen. I wish it didn't have to happen, but it did. She could have literally, instead of saying, oh, I'm not on Messenger, hardly I don't get notifications, etc. Instead of that bullshit, she should have just said, hey, I'm here for you if you want to talk. You know, she could have made it so simple for me, so easy, less stressful. You know, instead of pissing me off the way she did, she could have just said, hey, I'm here for you. Message me anytime. You know, that's what she could have said to me. Instead, she just had to say, oh, no, I don't get notifications. Nope, I'm hardly on Messenger. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, it just didn't make any sense. Honestly, they both could have been there for me. To be honest, they both could have been there for me, but they chose not to. And that's what grinds my gears a little bit still to this day. It's like, it could have been so simple, like a simple, hey, I'm here for you, instead of that other bullcrap. You know, if that never happened, the wedding albums, the money that you know, Maggie J Photography is getting, if things would have been better, they would have been getting the money too. You know, they would have gotten money for like vacations, more vacation days. You know, I could have branched out a little bit with that. You know, they could have gotten a lot from me besides my kindness, you know. They could have, you know, I just wish it didn't happen. You know, I wish it didn't happen. Instead of making things right, they're not even online anymore. It's like they're literally like offline completely. They haven't changed their profile picture at all. There's like, now it got weird. Like they're afraid of me or something. Like they're creeped out. They're scared to go online now, I think. Like they probably think, oh, don't go online, I'm always gonna snap at you or something. Who the fuck knows? But it was a little bit odd. I noticed it a while back and I thought, well, this is kind of odd. Like they don't have to be offline. They didn't. They wouldn't have to be offline if they didn't lie to me. You know, like it's just like, why couldn't they just be easy to go people? You know, it's like, I thought about that a few days ago and I just thought, why couldn't they just be simple? You know, why couldn't they just been easy on me and been there for me? You know, she could have been there for me. She could have said anything besides, oh, I'm not online or whatever. She could have said, hey, you know what, why don't I take your mind off things? Let's go out and do something to get your mind off of this. You know, she could have said that. You know, there were other things she could have said besides shutting me out the way she did. And I'm not going to lie because, like I said, I have the proof. You know, she can't deny the fact that she shut me out when she did. When she could have, I don't know, I think she should have thought things through before she sent what she sent. Especially if she knew, like, if someone told her, hey, my dad had open heart surgery. I just don't understand why she said what she said. And that's what set me off, because it was basically, I was like, what the fuck? You know? It was a major what the fuck. I'm sorry I snapped, but, like, come on, common sense. You know, if you know that someone's going through a hard time, you don't say that kind of stuff. Instead, you say something like I said before, you know, hey, you know, I'm here if you want to talk, etc. Here's my number, text me, etc. I would have done that for her. You know, I would have easily done that for her, but nope. Instead, they're completely offline now because of me, I think. When this is the vlog they should have thought about, you know, they should have thought about this. And they wouldn't have to hide. You know, they you know what, I'm not even, you know, they could come up here anytime and straight up apologize to me. I don't care if they say sorry, you know, clearly it's still on my mind, I tell you. But I just think It's too late now. It's too late now, but just think what they could have done. Just thinking about what they could have said, what they could have done, it would have been a whole different outcome. I would have never done those vlogs. I would have never said that shit if it was just simple with them. If they were just simple, easier, it's like none of that had to happen. None of that. She didn't have to say any of that. If she just didn't answer right away. I wish she didn't answer right away either. If she didn't answer right away, she could have came up with that. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It bothered me a little bit earlier today. They drove by and that's when I thought about it. It's like, why? Why? I feel like if she just explained and just if I just knew why, maybe down the road we can make things right again, but I just don't see that happening. But I tell you that it broke me, ugh. And this is exactly why I'm going to town tomorrow, just to get my mind off this bullshit. Apparently it's still on my mind. Because it didn't make sense. Because she literally asked me how my dad was. And just from there, that's what she could have said. Hey, I'm here for you. But nope, instead it felt like a complete shutout, and that was it. And that feeling it's not a good feeling. It really is not a good feeling at all. All I know is I would never ever do that to a person. I wouldn't just say, oh, I'm not on anything. Sorry, I'm not gonna, I can't, and no, I'm not on Messenger anymore. I wouldn't say that. Instead, I would say, hey, I'm here for you. Here's my number. Here's my Messenger, or here's my account. Message me anytime if you need me. I don't know. Well, I know she's a lot older than me. I really expected more. I expected good from her. And she seemed pretty good so far. Like, she was great. Until the very end. I don't know. And it's just hard to forgive that, to be honest. It's just hard to forgive that.